Hey, what up YouTube, welcome back, my name's LFX. Now today guys, I'm going to be talking about my top favourite maps in Titanfall 2, or the top 5 best maps in Titanfall 2. Now, just bear in mind this is my opinion, so if you do not agree with me, or you think one map on here is better than another map on here, or even that you don't think that any of the maps on here is as good as one you think, or whatever, just make sure to put it down in the comments, because I always like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on things, as obviously everybody's got a different opinion. So coming in at number 1 is going to be Colony. Now, Colony is an amazing map for Titans, more mainly than pilots. The reason being is because it's a very small map. You could cross-map somebody with a Kraber, aka that's what I'm saying. As well, the buildings are very, very small, and there's quite a lot of them, meaning that there isn't much space for pilots to hide from Titans, and I constantly see myself getting picked off by Titans inside of buildings with rockets, and just them sneaking up on me, crouching, and just taking me out. As well, there are massive fields all the way around the colony, so as soon as you get your Titan, you are instantly in a different place to when you're a pilot. The bio of it on the Titanfall Wikia is, because of construction logistics, most of the colony was built quite close together, creating a busy warren of rooftops, flank routes, and interiors favourable to pilots. Titans should use extreme caution when taking a route through the town centre, where they are at risk from close-range anti-Titan weapons fire and pilot rodeo attacks. On this map, you'll find yourself sneaking through the many buildings and picking off pilots on the rooftops. The rooftops will be a major part of this map, since it's the quickest way to travel, and they have a great overview of the entire colony. So basically what it's saying is, Titans, be aware when going through the middle of the town. It'll be like there's a million eyes on you, basically like you're walking through the centre of a rail. Anyway, when it comes to the outside of the map, Titans dominate completely. It's like they're a shield in a way, as there's just multiple fields around. So if you're out there as a pilot, you are easy to spot. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, I think the expression's called. Shut up. So yeah, that is why it's on my number 5 spot. It was introduced free with the Colony Reborn DLC, was not in the base game, and is a remaster from Titanfall 1. On to the next one. So the next map here we have on the number 4 spot is going to be Glitch. Now Glitch is the only map that is original that has been added with a DLC so far. Every single other map has been a remaster. Now I'm obviously not saying to Titanfall or Respawn even, you should introduce more original maps. No, please, shh. No, because I absolutely love Titanfall 1 maps. They're amazing, and you'll see why in a minute. I'll tell you why in a minute. But Glitch is an amazing map, as it represents Captain Lastamosta's home planet of Harmony. You also get to go there while in the Gauntlet training, and it looked absolutely incredible. And I thought you would get to either spend a campaign mission there, which, I mean, you sort of did, but you know, or a multiplayer map there. When I saw there was not a multiplayer map or a campaign mission on Harmony, I was very upset. Then I heard Glitch was going to be coming, and I was like, sign me the fuck up, take all my money. Oh wait, it's free. So it's a pretty cool environment, and apparently this is actually a simulation. It says here, Glitch is based on the VR simulation Ty Lastamosta puts Jack Cooper through as a single player game tutorial, which is itself based on the planet Harmony, as I said. It says the stage architecture is primarily stone, either carved block walls or natural looking clusters of hexagonal rock pillars. Basically, it's futuristic as fuck, boy. Cherry trees and red woolen panels and glass decorate many areas of the map, lending a powerful feeling of tranquility, greatly at odds with the carnage occurring there. So it's a very beautiful, majestic map before you murder somebody with your chain gun. It's pretty cool. That's why I put it in the number 4 spot. It's a beautiful looking map. There's destruction going there, and in the trailer, a Titan used its whole laser core on one pilot. On to the next map. So the next map on here is the only map that was in the Titanfall 2 base game, and originally I did actually have this as Eden, which is a 3-lane map, so it was going to show how I don't like three-lane maps, but I sort of changed it to Crash Site. So Crash Site is in the number 3 spot. The reason why Crash Site is in the number 3 spot, because most of you right now will be like, oh my god, Crash Site is so bad. It's good for 3 Can you shut up? I know you're trying to do your job, trying to arrest people, but I'm trying to make a video here. Shut your ass up. Well, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by the Popo, the Crash Site is an amazing map because of the recent update it had. It was still one of my favourite maps in the base game before any of these maps on this list were introduced, for 3 reasons. The first one is that it is not a three-way map. Now, the reason why three-way maps are bad is because there are basically what a three-way map is. If you don't know what it is, basically means it is sort of the name. There is 3 ways you can go on the map. There is left, there is the middle, and there's a right. Perfect example is Eden. Now, Eden, there is a left side, there is a right side, and then there is a centre side, which you can go right down the middle. Down the middle is a sort of tram line that goes all the way around, and you can basically just one-shot somebody straight up like 5 seconds into the game. Left is sort of just a sort of building outline, and the same on the right, apart from there's an interior building you can go in. It's a good map, Eden. The problem is that it's a 3-way design, and 3-way designs are horrible for getting off and starting in the game. The reason being is because there's only 3 ways to go, meaning that one of the ways you're going to go, you're always going to encounter somebody, always. It's a guarantee, unless all of them just go, guys, let's rush B, go around left, and then they all go around left, and then you all go around right, and then you get confused, you're like, geez, we need the map, oh, it's upside down, whatever. But with a map like some of the ones I'm going to continue to say here, and Crash Site, they're not 3-way maps. Basically, they just go building here, building here, building here, not a massive ass ship here. It works because it's just, you feel like you're in a battlefield and not in a game where it's just like, this is a paintball arena. You go this way, you go this way, you go this way. The exits are left, right, and centre. You know what I mean? And Crash Site is on here for the second reason being it because it got a new update recently for the May update. It got 8 zip lines added, a new wall running thing, and very many things polished, neated over, and structured. Big words there. Basically, they just improved it, and it's amazing. It was amazing anyway, I think, because it was just an original design map, which I think really shows how innovative Respawn can be with their maps if they just completely scrap the 3-way design like they're trying to be Call of Duty or some shit. As well, the grappling hooks really just make more vantage points and routes, and it just makes the game overall more fun. As well, it is a clustercluck or a clusterfuck when you first spawn, as you both pretty much spawn in opposite areas. But now that they've added the grappling hooks, not the grappling hooks, the zip lines, you can actually get places quicker, and it's harder to shoot, whatever. On to the next map. Now, the next map, you probably already know it's going to be on this list. It is Angel City. This is the first map they introduced with the DLC, and I was absolutely, I was soiling myself at the moment I saw the release trailer for this, because it was my favourite map from Titanfall 1. It was, okay, it was, when I first went on Titanfall 1. It was the first map I'd ever saw on a video from Vanos, and when I first played on it. When I first saw that map, I was like, holy shit, you can play in an actual city, which has like props and tables and cups and free Wi-Fi. It is amazing how much detail is in that. And when I saw the original base Titanfall 2 maps, I was like, where's the detail? Where's the nice map with the city? And then they brought it back, and I was in to that. Seriously, I came back for like a week and just played that map straight. It was like my most played map for that entire week. Just played the Angel City 24/7 map just through the whole week. It was amazing. As well, it isn't a 3-way map, so suck it, 3-lane maps, right up your butthole. Here it says for the lore of it, it says, when the IMC instituted martial law in Angel City, massive walls were built, and a system of security checkpoints was created to divide the city into many smaller districts, explaining why when you look outside or look around, there is massive fuck-off buildings in the background, just spread across the entire facility, just like, boy, boom, kaboom. It's pretty cool. The unfortunate residents of the Harbour District, now unable to move freely throughout the city, are only available to view the glittering skyline from afar. Pilots fighting in the city gravitate over the highly accessible rooftops, using them to cross entire city districts without ever touching the ground. It's true. As well, you can be a pilot, you can be a Titan, and it is smooth, and you don't get in anybody's way. Is in, if you're in a Titan, you can go around, you can shoot Titans, and there's just lanes and ways to go as a Titan. As well, there is open areas for just Titan on Titan combat where pilots are like, oh my god, get me out of here, and then they run off and go away. And then there's the Titan area, and then there's the pilot area. Like, there's loads of buildings you can jump between, and Titans gotta get in, unlike Colony, and you can just jump and go across buildings. There's a few things wrong with this. One of them being is because there's this massive tower when you spawn. It's the IMC, I'm sure it is, and you can just go up there with a Kraber or with an AWOL, and you can just smash people across the map. This wasn't a problem in Titanfall 1, as you couldn't get up there, I think. I don't know, but it wasn't much of a problem in Titanfall 1 anyway, since guns didn't have as much range. But anyway, that is the player, not the map. We're talking about maps. Onto the honorable mentions. Jeez, got it second time. Fucking me. I only have 2 honorable mentions. Okay, that's. I only have 2 honorable mentions because I just think that not all maps should be like, this is an amazing map, this is a good map, I have to put it on here, because I'll just end up putting every single map on here. So I'm just going to do 2 maps in the honorable mentions. So the 2 honorable mentions are going to be Boomtown and Forward Base Kodai. The reason being is because these 2 maps were both in the beta for Titanfall 2. I know Homestead was on it as well. Homestead. I don't like Homestead. It's an alright map, but I don't really like it. Look, actually, wait, let's just search this up. Just give me a sec. Fuck, spell it wrong. Wait. Homestead. Yeah, images. Yeah, there you go. This is literally a map which is a field, and it has a tower in the middle of it. It's Titanville. It's literally Titanville. It shouldn't be called Homestead. It should be called Home Titan. You see the funny joke? Home Titan. You see, I am lols right now. Did I just say lol out loud? So yeah, Boomtown and Forward Base Kodai. The reason being is because Forward Base Kodai is just a massive building in the middle of a Titan area, and the building you can go between actually provide pilot entry, and the middle, when you go through there as a Titan, it's sort of like you can get hit by pilot missiles as well as a little thing on the top where you can get hit by Titans. So it's very like, oh, don't go in there, you might get killed. So it's very nice as just a starting off type map if you've been onto the game once, and it was amazing for the beta. Second map, obviously, Boomtown. Boomtown's a pretty cool map, as I love the mission where you played with Ash, when you were in the Vincent Dynamics lab. Should I watch Vincent Dynamic Labs type thing, and Ash was messing around with you, building maps and shit like Call of Duty type. And it's really cool just because the whole map's falling apart, and you look at it and it says illegal view, so like, you know, you're in sort of a simulation, and it's very nice because there are buildings as well as there are high buildings, low buildings. And there's also open space for the Titans, as well as open spaces for the Titans, as well as open spaces for the There's a lot of open spaces for the Titans. Okay, just implement that in your head. So it is an amazing map to experience the beta on. So it brings back memories as well of August of last year when I was actually doing the beta, and I made a video on it. It's an amazing map just because of that. Because it brings back memories of last year. That was the best year of my life, even though a lot of people died that year anyway. Getting on to the number 1. I've been teasing you for 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's get on to number 1. Now the number 1 map is going to be Relic. Yes. You probably saw it coming. I mean, you probably didn't see it coming as it was just added. But yeah, Relic. There is so much I want to say about this map. I'm not going to be one of those, oh my god, this map is so great because I've never played it before, it's so new. No, this was my favourite map on, this is my favourite map on Titanfall 1. You see how I said was before Angel City? This is my favourite map on Titanfall 1. Let me explain. If you've not played this map already, I highly suggest you jump on Titanfall 2 if you have it, or Titanfall 1 if you have it, and play Relic. It is an amazing map. For the reasons of being is that half of the map is different to the other half, and then there's the middle. Because the IMS Odyssey crashed between 2 villages or 2 towns, and they were both different to each other. The IMS Odyssey, I'm sure, was where Barker crashed his ship. I have no idea. But let's read actually. It says the IMS Odyssey landed on a mountain of the planet Troy. The mutinous former crew set up Colony G21 at the base, the mountain, ferrying materials from the ship to build their new home. When the IMC attacked G21, James McCallan led the colonists to safety of their ship. As the IMC battled the militia, McCallan called the militia to the ship to help him extract information from the ship's databanks. The militia evacuated the ship and began salvage operations, until the IMC forces engaged them to keep them from extracting any more supplies from the IMC vessel. Basically what it is saying is that they crashed something and they're looking for fuel. And then they're like, no, do not take the fuel. This is our fuel. You can't take it. And then they're like, no, it's our fuel. You can't take our fuel. It's our fuel. And they just decided to take the fuel anyway. But it's not about the lore of it. It's just a ship, and there's so many routes to take, and there's zip wires, and there's wall runs, and there's everything, and there's Titans, and there's Titans, and there's Titans. There's a lot of space for pilots to go underground, in a cafe, in a cafeteria. They're both the same thing. All over the place. You can tell how excited I am by this map. There's buildings, layers of buildings, and buildings, and buildings, and buildings, and open spaces for Titans, and this cool Easter egg over there where they're like, McCallan buried this pilot, and then boom, you could see it, boom, 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 got him, pow, pow, pow. It's the best map. There is no saying about it. If you can say one reason this map is bad, I will give you a heart, or a pin, I don't know. But yeah, if you can say one reason why this map is bad, I will literally give you a pin. There is nothing wrong with this map from my perspective. It's got wall running, it's got buildings, it's got Titan combat, it's got pilot combat, perfect. You can wall run places. There's zip lines. There is a ton of zip lines around the place, as well as the fact that you can go under places, inside of buildings, on top of buildings. There's layers of buildings, and I like buildings. I've repeated myself a lot here. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, as we're really close to 700 subscribers. It's absolutely insane. And just say if you agreed, if you disagreed, as I said at the very beginning of the video. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Peace.
Cause I got it like that, flow so smooth like I got it on tap. Yeah, and I'ma say it be a good night while I'm on my Yingling, while I'm drinking Bud Light. Can you get it when you miss me? Like I'm with whiskey, drinking gin.